Hello everybody, welcome back to another Teamfight Tactics patch review. This is patch 11.5 guys. I am very excited. This is a patch that's gonna fix the patch of the patch of the patch, which means we are going to roll. Okay, this is the highlights. Whatever you see here guys, this is not the complete, this is an old picture. There have been few new changes to this thing, so hang on to the end of the video so you don't miss anything out guys. So without further ado, let's begin. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. First there is the TFT Debuff Overhaul, which means now it's gonna be way more simple. Before this patch you could have taken a Vi and the Last Whisper and make somebody's armor minus 150, okay, which means you deal basically true damage. And yeah, from now on it's not gonna work anymore like this. If you have a Vi and you have a Last Whisper, the highest buff of them will take place, which means if you have 3 stars Vi, it's gonna do 80%. If you have a Last Whisper, it's gonna do 80%. If you have them together, it's still 80%. If you have a Vi 1, it's gonna be only 30%, and if you have a Vi 1 with a Last Whisper, she's basically gonna do 80%. And yeah, so it's mean a Last Whisper on Vi, not viable. Anyways, let's go to the chosen odds. Level 7 high roll odds gone down. No more fast level 7, and pray to God you get an Aatrox chosen. Like it still can happen, but it's gonna be way harder now. This is like, it's 3% in the numbers, but in the quality of the chosen you can get and the consistency of making this work, it's like to the trash, you know. Not worth even trying. So let's go to the traits. The OP sleeper has been put to sleep, whatever. Keeper shield goes down at 6 keepers, which basically means it's like 10%, I think, something like this. 10% nerf. This is huge because they also provide 50% more to other keepers, so it's even more than 10. It's like 15, maybe something like this. Or maybe even more, you know, because when you put all the keepers together, it's like a bigger shield. Hold on, let me take a sip of my coffee, guys. This is very important as well. Yeah, so basically it's gonna be a keeper nerf. They're still gonna be extremely strong, but a little bit weaker. This is something relieving, at least to me. I don't really like this build. I feel like people are spamming it way too much. Vanguard Armor on 8 Vanguards. I didn't know 8 Vanguards was OP, but apparently it was. So 8 Vanguards armor got reduced to 800 at 6 instead of 1k, and the magic resist is lowered a lot, from 20 to 10, from 40 to 25 at 4, 70 to 50 at 6, and 100 to 80 at 8. Basically now it's still gonna be very strong, but a little bit weaker to magic damage, which is understandable, because when you have Vanguards you are extremely immune to physical damage, so at least, you know, have a crack in the armor with the magic damage. And yeah, I guess the numbers were very high, you know. It was a very hidden OP. I didn't see it in the ladder, and apparently whoever discovered it got a lot of points and had some fun with it. Anyways, next we go to the champions. Tier 1 we have Diana getting a buff. Finally, she is way too weak. This is from 175 to 200, from 250 to 300 at 2 stars, and from 350 to 3 stars at 450 shield amount, which is huge. She needed this buff. She was way too weak. She died way too fast, and you know, most of the time she doesn't even get to cast her shield, and then she's just trash, which still might happen, but if she casts, she at least gonna survive a little bit longer, and might be a little bit over buffed, but we're gonna have to play with it to see. But I trust Riot to do the best decisions right here. They usually do really good patch notes, so I love this one. Another Nasus Wither damage. 750 to 850 at 3 stars. The other stars level, the other star levels haven't really changed much, but at 3 stars you get 100 damage more, which is kinda big if you play the Jeweled Gauntlet Titans build. 100 damage with this combination is a lot, so that's a big buff for our boy Nasus. Nidalee mana reduced by 10 from 0.70 to 0.60, which means you have Spear of Sojourner, she's gonna throw infinity spears. She basically needs one auto attack less now. If you have a Sojin with another sharpshooter, every auto attack you do, you're gonna get 20, which means she's gonna need only 3 auto attacks. If you have 4 sharpshooters, you're gonna get 25, which basically doesn't change much, but it's gonna change for 2 sharpshooters to have the ability cast in 3, which is huge. We want to have the Nidalee casting every 3 auto attacks at 2 sharpshooters as well. I feel like we were forced, if we wanted to play Nidalee, we were forced to play 4 sharpshooters, and 4 sharpshooters is quite hard. It means you need to put 2 extra units that you don't really want. They're gonna take your front line, and Nidalee is a unit that needs that front line. She wants to have the distance, and when you have 4 sharpshooters, you are going to lose a lot of frontline power, and enemy units will get a lot of distance for you. And yeah, we got stuck on Nidalee. Let's continue, but if you have any further questions, make sure to comment below. I will answer everything, guys. I'm checking the comments every day, on the morning and in the evening, so I'm always replying to everything, guys. I'm doing this for you, so make sure if something isn't clear, you ask me. Okay. Yasuo buff, big buff. Basically, maybe it's only 10% at 1 cost, 15% at 2 stars, and 20% at 3 stars. But this is huge because it's AD ratio from the items you have. So if Yasuo have a Deathblade now, or IE, or any AD item, this is gonna be huge. This 20%, 15% or 10% at 1 star, they are gonna be majorly affected. Like, this can be a game changer most of the times. So yeah, this is like, you think to yourself it's a small number, but it's actually huge. He might be a little bit overpowered right now compared to the other 1 stars, but we're gonna have to see. And also the other 1 stars, 1 cost units already got buffed as well, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's go to tier 2. Janna, Eye of the Storm Shield Amount. This is actually a huge nerf at 2 stars and 3 stars. 1 cost Janna still the same, but the 2 stars and the 3 stars, I'm usually getting confused between 2 cost and 2 stars. So I'm gonna work on this, guys. I'm sorry if I got confused in one of those, but you get me, guys. We have a lot of nuances in this game that sometimes can get us confused. Anyways, so if you get a chosen Janna now, you have 25 less damage on your shield, which is huge because your shield goes on 3 people, so it's basically 75 less shield, and if you have AP, it goes even lower, so it's actually a huge nerf. If you don't itemize your Janna, of course, you will not really feel much of a difference, but overall it's a really big difference. So she is like a hidden OP that was nerfed now. And let's go to the next champion. On 3 stars, this is a huge nerf, but nothing we can do about that. Anyways, Lulu mana goes down to 75 instead of 80, but to cast she needs only 140, and the difference between these two is crazy. Let's say you have a chalice, okay? You put a chalice on the Lulu, she's gonna start with 90 or with 95. So with 95 she still needs 6 auto attacks to cast. but with 90 and 140 all she needs is 5, and 5 auto attacks. With Lulu she's 0.6 seconds per attack if I'm not mistaken. Basically it means that she's gonna cast after 2.5 seconds, about 2.5, something like this, in the fight, and here it's like 3 seconds, and this half a second sometimes changes the game. I love this buff. I feel like they put Lulu right where she's supposed to be with this. Not too strong, not too weak. This is something I love a lot. And let's go to the next, tier 3, Akali buff. I love it. I love Akali. I feel like she was too weak, and now she's going to be even more early game carry. Yeah, the one cost Akali, the 1-star Akali, I mean, got buffed to 200 every time she cast her ability, which is freaking huge. This is going to be so strong. I'm pretty sure they're gonna revert it. It's already so strong, but you know what? Maybe the Riot knows something that I don't understand. But yeah, this is a huge buff. I love it. If you get an Akali, guys, you slam it in and you go to the toilet, you come back, you are win streaking. Severe on the hunt bonus attack damage, nerfed on 3 stars by 50. Not even gonna be noticeable. She's super strong right now, still gonna be super strong, and yeah, this is like it's a nerf that gonna give your enemies a little bit more reaction, but it's still like the numbers are so huge, it's insane. You put 2 items on Severe with a QSS or GA and she's just gonna slam so hard. So 400, 350, I don't see any difference here. I feel like 200 is already a lot, so I wouldn't like. I think the next patch note will be 100, 200, 300. I feel like it's still too strong, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna change much in Severe's performance. So if you see that nerf and you think Severe is not worth, she is worth. The numbers are still broken. Viger, Dark Blossom damage. I love this buff. Viger is one of my favorite champions throughout all season 4 and now 4.5. I'm still trying to play him from time to time. There are still some conditions that can make him work. So basically this buff means he's gonna be way more consistent now, and I love it. You can make him work more times, and this is good. Also, 1 cost Veigar gets a buff, 50 damage. It's a lot, especially when you are trying to get him to farm the enemy units. Sometimes, you know, you leave your enemies with 1 HP after casting your ability, and then you don't get the stack. So this is a little bit, you know, the thing that gonna complete the circle. Anyways, tier 4 units. Aurelion Sol gets a nerf on his second cast, which means he's gonna breathe, boom, and then boom. He's gonna breathe between the things, because now sometimes Trap Claw users don't stun Aurelion Sol when they have Trap Claw, which means he's gonna cast twice even if you have a Trap Claw, which is a freaking joke, and I'm happy that they fixed it. Let's go to Morgana. Morgana was the biggest troll of this freaking patch, freaking set. I thought Morgana was doing magic resist reduction throughout the whole freaking set, and only now to discover it's not really, she didn't really do it from the start of the set. And yeah, that was a hard realization for me. I cried, and I'm still crying. I lived in a lie right there. Yeah, so finally they removed that from the tooltip. She never had magic resistance built in her kit. It was only written on the tooltip. Very sad, extremely painful realization. And yeah, Sejuani Firecracker stun duration. That becomes like a Cho'Gath with the seconds, 2, 2.5 and 8 instead of 2.5, 3 and 6. I think they should have buffed the damage on 3-star Sejuani as well, just to make her equivalent to Cho'Gath, but yeah, That's totally fine. They didn't. Maybe they have reasoning behind it. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be stun time like Cho'Gath's. So remember the numbers 2, 2.5 and 8. It's a big nerf to Sejuani, but you know what, she is already strong even with that. Tier 5 guys. Samira is a monster with Death Blade but lacks the ability to pull the trigger off without it. With these changes we hope to open up her build path. We've also given her some baseline power when she's got nothing. Samira Infernal Trigger now deal physical damage in addition to a % of her attack damage. This means she's gonna deal damage with her auto attacks no matter what she has. She doesn't need items because if she only works on percentage of her attack damage, she needs items to increase the damage. But with this change, she's gonna have 15 extra damage on every attack instead of only percentage. And I guess they're gonna nerf also, yeah. Trigger attack damage scaling, yeah, and they also reduce the scaling of the attack damage with the auto attacks now. So it's basically you get a combination of base damage plus some percentage damage. They made it a little bit confusing, I would say, to players that don't play League of Legends long time, because this is something that comes from the League of Legends. They have base damage and plus ability that has scaling on the side, you know, if you're only TFT fans, so it might be a little bit confusing for you. But basically now she's gonna auto attack, deal 15 damage plus 30% attack damage scaling. If she's 2 stars, 25 damage on each auto attack and 40% scaling with her items, which is you know, it's balancing out. I feel like it might make her a lot stronger right now, but you know, I cannot really calculate the numbers to the micro because I love playing the game. But if we ever do, I'm pretty sure it might be even stronger now than what it used to. So it's basically a buff, but a nerf to Death Blade, you know, because Death Blade you get it to stack up extremely fast with the sharpshooter, says Samira. And yeah, I feel like maybe, yeah, that's what they said. She's a monster with a Death Blade, but lacks without it. Yeah. So basically, it's a nerf for Samira Death Blade, buff to Samira no Death Blade. Yone Unforgotten Mana. This is nice. Unforgotten Mana is the ability that Yone casts the big wave, and then he marks everybody with the X's, reducing their armor and magic resist. And then he is using the Unforgotten. Unforgotten is the execution ability. They reduce the mana from 20 to 10, which means you don't need blue buff anymore to enjoy your Yone. And you only need one auto attack every time between Unforgotten casts. This is big buff. I love it. I think we're all gonna enjoy the Yone. Yone is overtuned right now, guys. Play him, please play him. He's so strong. You find the Yone, you put him in, he's going to slam everybody. He's so strong. Like, people don't realize this. I'm telling you, I'm playing a lot of run games, and people like always freak out when they see my Yone. And you can slam on him whatever. You don't even need items on him. He's just a monster just by himself. Think about it. Read his abilities, guys. Comment below if you start to understand how powerful is Yone. And yeah, let's go to the items change. Death Blade starting stack from 4 stacks to 3, which means it's gonna start with 30 attack damage, which is a good nerf. I feel like it was way too much. Death Blade, the whole engine of the item is crazy. Like, you know, you kill a unit, you get 10 AD. Basically insane numbers if you really think about it. Especially with the recent 4.5 patch of the patch nerfs, which made everybody weaker and later units stronger. You know, most of the units you're still gonna play in the mid game, late mid game, are gonna be 2 stars, 3 stars unit, and this guy die faster. Their stats are lower, and Death Blade is gonna celebrate on these guys. Static shift damage 60 to 65. A good buff. Static shift slam is not a dirty word. If you get a tear and a bow, You can consider that if you think about going to magic damage route. Yeah, it's a good buff. It's actually good. If you play Static Shift Tristana, it's also very good buff. It's still viable. That was the intention that Riot made when they did the first change to Static Shift. And I feel like it still has a place, especially with the new Nidalee change. Sharpshooters are getting so many buffs, hidden buffs, so throughout the patches, and still no nerfs. So maybe now they are in a place that would have been considered OP. So yeah, try Sharpshooter, guys. I'm pretty sure in 11.5 it's gonna be one of the OP comps. Especially with the new item changes, Nidalee changes, Tristana changes, you know, the numbers are so crazy. You can have Dragon Soul, Warlords, you can have Keepers, you can have so many things surrounding your Sharpshooters, making this distance, you know. Sojin is gonna make a comeback, I'm telling you already, guys, I know what I'm saying. Trap Claw missile now travels significantly faster. You heard it here, second, folks. Trap Claw now counters Aurelion Soul. Very nice. User experience, UX improvements, anyways. Disable the hotkeys. Oh, yeah. Finally, they disabled the. You cannot sell your champion on first round. Very nice. Excluded target dummy from army interfaces in both in-game and the end games. Oh, very nice. This was very useless addition. They actually made it a unit. The shop is now probably disabled during carousel round. Accidental buy when you, oh, this is a nerf to the guys who need a little bit more time to think. Oh wait, maybe it's you can still sell but you cannot buy. Yeah, but it's like it's a nerf buff, you know, like sometimes I see something in my shop and I'm not sure. I'm like, you know, I need to see what's in the carousel first, and if I get the same thing, I will buy it. You know, you see a kale in your shop and then you like you go to the carousel and you find the kale, so it's basically you get 2 kales. And you think to yourself, I don't want to lock the shop, I will just buy it after we go out of the carousel. And yeah, now it's nerfed, so this trick will not work anymore. So if you are using this trick, guys, no, not anymore. We're gonna have to lock the shop now if we want to enjoy our mega units. Because, you know, you think to yourself, if I can get econ if I don't find the kale in the carousel. That's basically the tough process. It's a very complicated one. We can talk about this in another video. And let's go to the bug fixes. Jarvan will cast his spell correctly if he's using it on the same target with Mage Cap. Very nice. You can make Mage Jarvan now and he's gonna be fine. Finally, Kalista buff. That was so annoying. People think having few Kalistas on the board is gonna stack your spears, but it doesn't really work, especially if one of the Kalistas die. It was mega buggy, but now they finally made it that they throw a spear and it's probably like adds in a number, and you know any Kalista can execute, so it doesn't really matter. Finally they did it. People thought that having few Kalistas on the board was fine, actually it was not. Fix the bug where Galio would sometimes not land on a large cluster. This is a good bug that is gonna be so important, especially when Aatrox is pulling. This was like a funny combination. If you play a lot of cultists like I do, you probably felt it, because Galio is mega smart, at least that's what Mordog says. His AI is mega smart and he was way too smart, so now they made him even smarter than he used to be. So that's gonna be even bigger for our Galio players. We love our Galio. Actually, funny thing, guys, I made billions of cultist videos, but every day I make a cultist video, I have a better video to show you. So I never uploaded a real cultist video in this channel, guys. And this will happen, I'm telling you. I'm playing a lot of cultists. I will find a way to give you this one. Fix the bug where Tryndamere's ping slash could benefit from basic attack damage bonus. This is a nerf to Tryndamere. He is not gonna do extra damage with his spin now. Fix the bug where Runa Hurricane was consuming a staff. Oh, this is also a nerf. A nerf buff, maybe, because it's 80%. Depends on the timing of the fight. If it's the end of the fight, it's a buff. If it's the start of the fight, it's a nerf. Because in the start of the fight, you're gonna get more mana from getting attacked. And you're gonna spin more. So, and you're gonna attack more, you know. So, basically, that's a buff for late fight Tryndamere and a nerf to if you have a Runa Hurricane, of course. Fix the bug where player surrounded with champion holding a trade item. The champion could be reacquired from the shop or carousel and still have all their items on them. Okay, I guess this is a complicated one. I never faced this bug, so I don't really understand it. Fix the bug when a player surrounded with a champion holding an item trait. A trait item. Oh, if you have a spatula item, you could reacquire from the shop or carousel and still have all their items on them. Okay, this is pretty crazy bug. Thanks God. Thanks God. It's probably very hard to make also. Yeah. I didn't see this bug, like, honestly, from the last set, from set 4. So I am really confused that it's still here. Basically what it means is if you put a spatula item on your unit, it's gonna have an extra trait if somebody else buy it. Yeah. Let's say you make an Elderwood brand, then somebody else finds a brand and buys it, he will have Elderwood brand as well. So basically, finally they fixed it. Chonk will now belly pop. Yay, we can play Chonk again. Let's go, baby. We are aware reported a 0 with player Bertasaurus. Ay, Bertasaurus. Very nice, very nice. I love that they put it here. He was playing in the regionals and he destroyed all his competition. Anyways, that's it for our patch notes. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, make sure to comment them down below. I answer every question every morning, every evening, guys. So I always answer your comments with 100% of my attention, because it's very important to me that the TFT community will grow. And yeah, if you have any questions, guys, you ask. If you engage with YouTube's algorithm, I will mega appreciate it. YouTube trying to keep us small, but with us, if we are few, we can fight it off. And if everybody smash the like button, share the content, ask questions in the comments down below, we will grow, guys. So if you can help me with that, I will mega appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed the patch notes. And yeah, let's see you on the battlefield, guys. Till next time, bye bye.